I'll tell you a story about Maggie. We got married when I was a private. After I made E5 and went to OCS, and now she's married to an officer, and then she got married to a general. I was invited when I was a commanding general at Fort Jackson to the Daughters of the American Revolution, and they wanted to know what was going on at Fort Jackson. I said, I'd be glad to talk to you. I found out pretty quickly that it's a whole house full of women. I mean, the daughters are all women. They wanted to hear about Maggie, so I said, I'll tell you about Maggie. Maggie was married to a private, and she was married to a sergeant, and she was married to an officer. Now she's married to a general, and I got some polite applause behind that. Now, after we were done, they served you tea and crumpets, and the Daughters of the American Revolution, all 112 years old and all gorgeous. They're just as pretty as they can be. This little thing about 4'10" with purple hair, and I'm gonna tell you what, she was drop dead gorgeous. And she'd come up and say, General, how many times you say that child been married? And she thought Maggie done got rid of that private and got her a sergeant, then got rid of the sergeant. And I said, no, she ain't been married but once. That's it. I had the privilege of serving for Colonel Bob Cook in my last job in Vietnam. He was the Inspector General of MACV, and a great American. He ended up serving for 5 years while General Abrams was there. For the whole 5 years, Bob Cook was the Inspector General and served all of us. He had me be a special assistant, so I got a chance to be around a great man and be very close to the most brilliant general I've ever seen is General Abrams. One day, General Abrams called me and Colonel Cook into his office and said, what is going to be said here stays here. He said, I've been nominated to be the next Chief of Staff of the United States Army. I want to go back home and tell the honest-to-God truth to every congressman and all of those people, but mostly to the people of the United States of America. He said, now, you know, we've been doing these inspections for 5 years, and what he did, now listen to him, he says, I think it's proper that the IG investigate things that are wrong so we can make them right. But I want to spend a lot of time investigating what's right so we can share that with folks. Now, doesn't that make sense? He said, yes, sir, we'll do that. And we had done that, and he said, I want to go back and tell the truth. So, Steve, I want you to microfiche all of the investigation reports from what has happened here. And that's a whole bunch. 5 years of them. And I said, yes, sir. What am I going to say? No. 4-star general, you don't usually do that. And for 21 days, from 7 in the morning until 7 in the evening, I read reports all about you. And it was an amazing thing. And they said, okay, now, if we've got the microfiche, I want to take the originals to the National Archives in Washington, D.C., and I want you to take the microfiche to the Chief Staff's office in the Pentagon. So I got a chance to take all of those reports to the National Archives, and then I took the microfiche to the Chief Staff's office in the United States Army. When I got home, I said, Maggie, you know what? Something is not being told. There's a story that's true, it's vibrant, it rings so dear to our hearts. We won that war. Now listen to me. I know that I'm the last man alive that read all of those reports. I read about you. Okay? Every one of you. Over and over again, I tell you, what we got to do is tell them we won that war. We went where we were told to go. We did what we were supposed to do, and then came home. And they didn't recognize the fact that we went where we were told and did what we were supposed to do. Can you hear me? We won that war. Can you hear me? We won that war. And we beat a guerrilla in his own hometown. It's hard to do, especially when you look like we do. We don't look like them. It's just difficult to do. We beat one of the best armies in the world. People talk about Tet Offensive. I'll tell you what, but we spent a day and a half stacking up bodies at the end of the Tet Offensive. I was in the middle of that, so don't tell me that we didn't win it. I saw it. I was part of it. I melted down the barrel of a 50 caliber machine gun, making sure that people died. They was trying to make us die. Okay, so I know all of that stuff, and didn't hear any of it when I got home. So what I say to you, I know that I read all of those reports, hundreds of them, and I know that I read about your outfit, your unit. So I can tell you that from firsthand experience that you were marvelous, you were victorious. You beat a well-trained, well-equipped, well-read army. I mean, you beat it to it was absolutely a disastrous loss for an infantry division. To lose the way they lost, the whole division went away in the Tet Offensive. So I'm going to tell you, I think it's right and proper that we say, welcome home. But the real thing is, thank you for winning your war. Can you hear me? Thank you for winning your war. And we did it magnificently. I'm proud to tell you that. Thank you so much for inviting me. I wouldn't be anyplace else. If I fall down, nobody move. I'm a trained paratrooper, so I know how to fall. I would tell you that at my advanced age in my physical, getting up is a heck of a thing, and I need some practice on that. Okay. I love you guys. And thank you for winning your war.
Thank you, General Siegfried. Bless your heart. And other parts.
And other parts. I didn't hide. Get a pin down here, buddy.
And now, if Mr. Metcalf and